So hello and welcome to Let's Talk SEO. The latest mess up by Google is something that has been covered up quite a bit. But if you are an e-commerce store owner, it is something you should be aware of. I manage quite a few e-commerce stores and I ran into this issue and I just did a bit of research and figured out just how much Google has messed things up more than you would like to acknowledge. And you would think that, someone like John Miller would come out and say, this is a problem that we're trying to fix. But in actuality, they're covering it up by saying that it is more of a feature and not a problem. But if you have to deal with this, let me tell you, this is a huge SEO issue that Google has created. And so if you're like we're nearing going into the holiday season right now as I'm making this video, if you bank off the holiday season to make money, you're banking off Google Shopping showing your products and also you showing up in organic search results. So, all right, so to understand this issue, we're talking about the Google srsltid is equal to parameter issue. Now, most people watching the video are probably not aware of this parameter, but I'm going to explain to you what this parameter is and how bad this is for your SEO. And by the end of the video, you will understand exactly what you should be doing right now if you've been affected by this, and if you should check whether or not you're affected by this, and moving forward how to fix this because Google is clearly not willing to fix this issue. So the Google SRSL TID equal to parameter is a parameter added by Google Shopping, or more appropriately, if you have products in Google Merchant Center that you're selling, Google Shopping will attribute a URL with this parameter for each product. All right, that's not the problem. That is something that Google had talked about back in February of 2022. There are a few articles about this, and John Mueller literally said that you can turn it off. Okay, so if you have a problem with this parameter, you can turn it off. I've never had a problem with this parameter until recently when I saw a huge number of these links coming in from Google. And when I dug in, I figured that Google was tagging not only every product with this parameter, but every time you refresh the feed, there's a new parameter. So it will be SRSLTID is equal to A23. And if you refresh, it'll be SRSL ID is equal to A24, A25, and go on and on and on and on. And each time it's creating a new URL for that same product. All right. So you can already see, if you understand technical SEO, how this can be an issue. So to give you a bit of context, if you're not a very technical person and you're not very aware of technical SEO, the first thing is the assumption most people have is that Google Organic and Google Shopping serve like the same result and they use the same algorithm. Not true. These are two different algorithms. So Google Shopping is using different algorithm. Google Organic is using a different algorithm. Okay. So when someone clicks on a product and Google Organic search, it has to show up as an organic click. When someone clicks on your Google Shopping result, it has to show as a little click or a conversion that came to Google Shopping. So in order to distinguish between this back in 2023 or 2022, what Google did was added this SRSLTTID parameter to all Google Shopping URLs that opted in for this type of tagging. And what happened was that if you get a click through Google Shopping, you can see that this conversion or this click came through Google Shopping. And if you saw one through Google Organic, it will not have this parameter. And so with Google and also the users, you could see, how good your SEO is doing in terms of your organic search and how good your product optimization is doing in terms of Google Shopping, and you could adjust things accordingly. But then as of late, as of this year, what has happened is like those SRS LTD parameters started to show up in Google search, Google organic search, not the Google Shopping result, but the Google organic search. Okay. So apparently Google has forgotten how people use this organic search, and that organic search, they're not necessarily searching for products. So Google does show products in organic search, but if you can like when someone finds a product in organic search, and they're, let's say, sending it to their friend. Okay, we found this product, you can buy this, is that at a discount? They copy and paste the URL. So this is problem number one. So someone finds a product in organic search with its srsltid parameter. They copy the URL, they send it to a friend. That friend sends it to 6 other friends. They put it on social media. This product is available at a discount. Now what's happening is that URL with that parameter, which each time the parameter changes, is now becoming a parameter that's associated with your product. And that starts to show up in Google organic search results, which is what happened, which was happening to us. So we were doing this active SEO campaign and this branding campaign, and people were copying and pasting these SRS LTD parameters, URLs, and sharing it with their friends and family. And we got hundreds, if not thousands, of inbound links that were coming in through these parameter URLs, and which started to show up in Google Organic. So our main products are not showing up in Google Organic, but we have this parameter URL, and a whole bunch of them, by the way, that are showing up in Google Organic. I'm not complaining about this, but what happened was that our real product URLs disappeared. Okay, so the entire SERP was, when people search for a product, was these SRS LTID URLs across the board. Okay, and here's a screenshot of how it looks on X when people share this type of thing. And this is fairly common. Okay, so unless it's a super niche product, you're not gonna, you will suffer from this issue. Google's own best practices say that you shouldn't be using a session-specific ID. So your URL parameter shouldn't just be specific to that session, nor should you be using an irrelevant parameter. But by doing this, Google is using these irrelevant session-specific parameters that's negatively going to impact organic search because, as I said, its whole URLs are going to show. And this causes a technical SEO issue because when you're doing technical SEO, you're looking at, and you look at these URLs, they're like the real canonical should be the original page, right? Because you want the original page index. And so all of these URLs would technically have a real canonical that's to the main product page, okay? But that's not happening. And that's not happening because the real canonicals are not to the product page. So that's the number one issue. Number two issue is that multiple hundreds of these URLs are being indexed. And so they're burying the real URL or the real product under all of this crap. So this defeats the whole purpose of having a real canonical tag, because the real canonical tag tells Google, do not crawl all of these crap URLs, crawl this one URL that's the original URL, right? And the other problem this creates is a huge mess with crawling. When Google comes onto your website, it does not want to see a whole bunch of crappy URLs. This is technical SEO 101. Keep your URL structure and the number of pages on your website very, very clean, because that is what Google wants to see. That is what helps you rank. Anyone who does technical SEO so will tell you that you fix all of those issues, and right there and then most websites will start recovering. But with this, Google is creating problems that's going to be really hard to fix. Okay, so there are a few options here. Number one is you can turn off auto tagging. Okay, like Google says, do not turn off auto tag. So if you're working for an organization, or like I'm working for clients, I tell my guys, okay, let's turn off our auto tagging for this client. But the problem is Google's best practices say you should turn off auto tagging. Now, in my case, we have had to turn this off, and I'll go into how to turn off auto tagging. But this also breaks Google's long-term rule that organic listings are sector-grad. Because, all right, so what's the solution to this problem? Well, the first thing is turn off auto tagging. Okay, so if you have it turned on, turn it off. So we'll go to Google Merchant Center and turn off auto tagging. Clean up all of those pages that have these URLs. But here's the other thing. So if your products are doing very well, they're showing very well, and since we're heading into the holiday season, you do not want to mess with anything on your site right now. So what we want to do is just take a look at your Google Search Console, like the Google Analytics. And if everything looks good and you don't see any of the URLs coming into your site, do not mess around with auto tagging. But if you are seeing that your products are being affected and the visibility is being affected, your sales are being affected, then go ahead and turn off auto tagging, even though best practices by Google says that you shouldn't be turning off auto tagging. And John Mueller says that you can turn off auto tagging. We don't want these URLs overtaking our real product URLs. Now, we're still in the midst of fixing this. It's going to be some time before this is fixed, but I thought you guys should be aware of this issue. Make sure to check your Google Search Console to find these types of links. Check your Google Analytics to find these types of links. And if you start seeing these srsltid URLs, it's time to take action and start removing these URLs. I hope you guys like the video. Like and subscribe as always, and I will see you in the next video. Happy ranking.